Many people believe that other people forgive or get over their angry emotional outbursts, but actually, nothing could be further from the truth. And look, people frequently think this because often they've moved on to the next project or crisis that's got their attention, and they don't stop to look over their shoulder at the resentment, frustration, and bad energy they've left behind. Look, if you've ever been called direct, abrupt, fiery, or passionate, you need to listen up because I used to think the same thing. People would get over my emotional outbursts, my little flare ups. Seems I was way off track on that one. Let me tell you a story about how my um, outbursts were costing me. So, early in my career, I used to have regular flare ups or meltdowns, whatever you want to call it. And I didn't think they were that bad. It was just me asking. Well, actually, if I'm going to be completely accurate, it was probably me demanding what I wanted from people, letting people know in no uncertain terms what I thought when they didn't do things fast enough or well enough to my liking. Now, I knew most of the time I was a pretty good boss, and it felt to me that this was only an occasional flare up. And my team knew that once I'd calmed down, all was forgiven and we'd move on. Well, it seems I was being delusional because something happened that completely changed my mind. One day, one of my team members said to me, You know, Shelley, you can be so inspiring a lot of the time, and we'd walk over hot coals for you. But when Shitty Shelly turns up, you destroy us. It takes us weeks to get over it, and you don't seem to care. You seem to think it's okay. I've calmed down now. Well, let me tell you, it's not okay. You might have gotten over it, but we feel stung, hurt, angry, and frustrated. The flare ups are more often than what you think, and you may not have noticed, but people are starting to do the bare minimum as a way of paying you back. I was stunned. I was hurt. I was mortified, embarrassed, and really ashamed. I mean, I'd been clueless to the impact that my little flare ups had been having. So once I licked my wounds, I decided this had to change. My outbursts needed to become a thing of the past. This wasn't the sort of person I wanted to be, and I certainly didn't want people sabotaging my personal and the company's success because they were ticked off with me. And by sabotage, I mean things like working at a slow pace, mistake ridden work, arriving late or leaving early, or basically just checking out because they're on social media all day, wasting time gossiping and backstabbing, doing the bare minimum, missing deadlines or not delivering on promises, or another favorite is always being busy when they're asked to help out. Now, if you've got people in your team showing one, two, or three of these behaviors, I promise you they are sabotaging you. More often than not, they won't do it to your face, but they will do it through these types of behaviors. So, thank you to this really great team member who gave me that feedback. And I decided to change. And I was exceptionally lucky because I had two bosses at the time, each of them with quite different styles. One was more like me, who could lose the plot quite easily, and his team's results were a bit haphazard. And while we all liked him well enough, when he actually moved on from the company, nobody shed too many tears. The other leader, who worked in a different facility, but I also reported to him, I actually never saw him lose his cool. And it was the second one who was delivering better results. He had high expectations of his people, and he certainly didn't allow any underperformance in his team, and he was delivering remarkable results in the business. So I knew I had to study and learn from him. As an example, I learned from him how to dehire, in other words, fire people for underperformance and have them thanking you and apologizing for their poor performance as they walked out the door. This guy was just a masterful influencer. But not only was he a great mentor and role model, I actually made it my mission to understand more about psychology and how to bring out the best in myself and then in others. So I went on a personal growth journey that I love and continue to this day. So over the years, I've kind of honed my capability at getting my temper under control before it landed me in hot water. Did I and do I get it right 100% of the time? Of course not. But those angry emotional outbursts were and are fewer and further between, which meant I and the people around me were getting much better results. So, the takeaway that you should have around this is be aware of your impact, but still be you. I realized you don't have to walk on eggshells around people, but you do need to make conscious choices about the impact that you want to have. I can still be my big, bold, take no prisoners type of personality and do it in such a way that I get and keep people on my side. So, fast forward to today. Since then, it's been my life's work to be able to remain cool and calm under pressure, to think clearly so that I get both a short term and a long term result for both myself and the people I'm working with. This means I'm still a big, bold leader with high expectations of myself and others, but I've also built remarkable relationships that have enabled me and the businesses I've been involved with to thrive. So, bottom line, when you're clear about the impact you want to have on others, both short and long term, and you act on it, you can achieve remarkable things. There's a set of tools and strategies you can use to be the inspiring individual you want to be. You can be big, bold, and direct while also being inspiring, collaborative, and productive. In fact, here's one quick and easy tool that you can use that I've been using for years, and I've taught to thousands of leaders who want to stay cool when they feel the heat rising. And it's cool. C, calm your jets. In other words, catch a breath. O, observe. Take a moment to notice what's going on in your body. For example, is your heart racing? Next O, ovation or ouch. And so the question here is, what do I want the person to say to the next person they talk to after they leave this conversation? Do I want them to say that it was an ouchy conversation and they're pissed off? Or do I want to say, hey, wasn't necessarily happy with the message that got just delivered, but I can see how we're both going to move forward. So it's ouch or ovation. And then finally, L, lead with impact. Get curious and lead the conversation in such a way that you both get a great result. Look, clearly there's more to using cool and implementing cool in your life than just those 4 simple lines. But by remembering to use cool as a tool to slow yourself down, you'll actually give yourself 6 seconds, and that's actually all your body needs, to stop an emotional hijack and actually give yourself the ability to turn into a remarkable influencer and leader. So, if you're interested and you want to discover more, I invite you to check out the Feeling Fiery, Thinking Cool 30-day online challenge, where you'll discover how to turn your big, bold, passionate, fiery nature into your greatest asset rather than your biggest burden. So, click on the button somewhere around this video, just depending on what size device you're on, and check out Feeling Fiery, Thinking Cool. I look forward to seeing you on the other side in the 30-day challenge, where we transform your life and your results. So I'll see you then. Bye.